Griddle size matters. February 29, 2024, I purchased the Blackstone 14-inch griddle with side burner. Since that day, I have experimented cooking various types of meals on it in preparation of this 29-day camping adventure. Most meals I practiced at home in my backyard were based on serving just two people, Lynn, my wife, and myself. During the first 8 days of this 29-day adventure, I have prepared multiple meals requiring quantities up to 4 people, which revealed to me griddle size does matter. Lynn, my wife, and I are staying a few days at Little Arrow Outdoor Resort in Townsend, Tennessee. Joining us in our adventure are Sharon and Christy. Here I am preparing breakfast for us 4 adults. I cut the bacon package in half and put them in Ziplocs so that they fit better in the refrigerator of the travel trailer. Gonna have us some bacon and pancakes. A Blackstone 14-inch griddle with side burner. As you can see, spreading out a full package of bacon on this 14-inch griddle maxes out the griddle surface. I always think of my daughter Jennifer when cooking pancakes. When she was a little girl, she used to refer to them as panty cakes. And to this day, it still brings a smile to my face thinking about panty cakes for breakfast. Breakfast was a success, but I am having a reoccurring issue. Doing midnight burgers. You've heard of smash burgers? Let's smash burgers at midnight. And saute some onions and mushrooms. 7 burgers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I knew before I even began smashing the burgers that the onions and mushrooms had to come off the griddle because there was just not enough room for 7 smash burgers and the onions and mushrooms. In order to keep the onions and mushrooms warm, I would need to get out my cast iron bread pan and place them in it and turn on the side burner. This is becoming a real issue and very inconvenient. I was cooking late at night in the dark. I did not want to go and dig out the cast iron bread pan for the side burner. So I placed the sauteed onions and mushrooms in a bowl and sent them inside the travel trailer while I continued to cook the smash burgers on the 14-inch griddle. Midnight smash burgers were fabulous. They tasted excellent. This is another successful meal off the Blackstone griddle. Here I am preparing another meal, and of course, it starts with bacon. I can't even think of a breakfast that doesn't start with wonderful tasting bacon. While I'm cooking pancakes, let me share some general information. It is 700 miles from Clearwater, Florida to Townsend, Tennessee, with an increase of 1,000 vertical feet. The barometer pressure drops about 26 millimeters, or about 1 inch for every 1,000 feet above sea level. The effect this has on pancake batter is nothing. However, I use it as a reason to eat more bacon and add more butter and maple syrup to each pancake. As I sat down to butter my pancakes, I happened to mention that it just seemed odd that the butter seemed to be disappearing very quickly. And I noticed that Christy had a funny, quirky smile on her face when I mentioned the disappearing butter. And then she made this statement: So, Christy, you seem to like butter. What would your statement about a lot of butter on your pancakes?
I said if it was socially acceptable for me to melt butter and drink it, I would.
Did you hear that, Lester? She would drink melted butter. I immediately thought of my brother Lester, who has been eating large quantities of butter since he was a young child. Lynn, quick, get that butter away from Lester. Thank you for watching Adventures of Charlie and Lynn, and thank you for subscribing.